Hello there and welcome back to another video on ARK Survival Ascended. Today I'm checking out some more builds on my community server that is free to join. So if you want to join, make sure you check out my Discord. You'll find all the information there. This is the community hub where we're giving it a start. You can see the western town slowly but surely growing with some very cool builds all around. But today I'm going to be checking out some of the bases that have been built on the server. Now this is a base. This is a very big base that was actually part of the last building competition video that I made a little bit ago, but I just wanted to include it in this video to really have the proper time to show it off, because it's a big project. It wasn't a solo project. I think at least 3 people worked on this base together, which you can definitely tell because it is so huge. It is a big base. It's a castle mostly using the dwarven structures from the maker of the Waterfall map, and these structures are amazing if you're building any type of castle. As you can see, it works really well. We got a pretty cool wall design out here, a big main gate as well, and just a bunch of structures. The only thing that personally I'm not a big fan of is these like random foundations on the outside. I would always clean it up a little bit more, you know, make it look a little bit nicer. Like there, for example, they've actually turned it into like stairs and layers to get to that tower. I just like that a little bit more, and just ending the wall where the structures end. They might still do that. They might still be expanding on it, because who knows? These guys are pretty nuts and they will just keep on building. Keep on building. This is definitely one of the bases that you might want to visit yourself when you're joining the server. You can just join our community server, of course, by joining my Discord. The link is in the description. You can see cool stuff like this, and you can join our lovely community and maybe build your own cool bases as well. We have a cluster going on with the island and scorched earth, and as soon as I get back from my holiday, we'll add the center as well. And as you can see, this is a big build. We got buildings everywhere, we got decorations everywhere, and we got a lot of dinos around as well, of course. We got different layers here, of course. It's a very big base, and yeah, you can't expect the terrain to be the same everywhere, of course. We've got these nice little stairs. I love the way they've done this. This was a big mess when they started, a big foundation mess, but it turned out to be a really cool project. And look at it now. It looks amazing. There's even this little place here, so you can transfer easily back to the island, or of course start a boss fight. But yeah, this is a really cool place with a giant big tower that we'll take a look at in a second. But first, the prancing pony in right here, adding a lot of nice character and contrast to all the stone around, with the wooden accents and the white painted structures that are really cool. I'm so happy that ARK finally fixed that you can actually paint more structures white and it will actually turn white. And yeah, we got a lovely little prancing pony. I think this is where you park your tame when you're visiting. And then here we got the actual inn where you can get some food, something to drink, or just seek some shelter for if you're passing by in the area and you need to hide from a storm or whatever. But yeah, you can also see a giant tower, maybe slightly resembling something out of Lord of the Rings or something, and it looks really cool. We don't have a bright eye here. We've got some bright phoenix right on top of the nest. But yeah, this is a really big tower, really cool build. Looks so good. As does the entire castle. This is an insane build, and as I said, this was a project of multiple builders working together, which is actually one of the coolest things ever. Like when I started this community server, I would never dreamed of people actually joining and playing this much, but also working together and building cool stuff like this is really amazing to see. We've got some more layers here, some more housing for all the dwarves or whatever who's ever living here, and we got a nice little walls, of course. Big build here at the end as well, and then another building here on this side as well, part of the wall structure. But yeah, looks really cool big base project, and in a pretty cool spot as well. It's right on the edge of the Wyvern Trench, so a nice spot to park and sleep or revive yourself or seek shelter from a storm before you head out into the dunes or back into the rest of Scorched Earth. Yeah, as you can see, it's a giant base. It's a very cool base, and it's definitely one worth visiting if you're thinking about joining our service and playing on our service. As I said, just join the Discord and you find all the information you need over there. And there we go. Look at this build. This is really, really cool. Good use of some modded structures and just the frontier skins. This is one of the most epic looking windmills that I have ever seen. This looks really, really cool. It's quite a cool base in general. Love the little windmill design with the net structures from the Klinger mod. And then we got this big support for our windmill. There's a little dino storage down there. It's really good use of this rough terrain as well. And I like the overall shape of this building. Like the flatter side building and then the steeper roof in the middle just always works really, really well. And then, of course, you got all these little nice windows that are now part of the frontier skins. And I think he added some of the modded structures on top to fill in those gaps for the ramps. That's the good thing about having mods. And then you've got a lovely little interior here as well. Very well organized base with some stables for wolves, a lot of crafting, of course. Yeah, just a really cool place, but especially from the outside, visiting this base or flying by it, this always looks really, really, really cool. And he's actually one of the two guys that is working on the train tracks around the server as well, which will be really fun to use. And we'll actually have a public train for everyone to use and visit different places on the server very, very easily as well. You can see the train that is being used to build all of it. But yeah, this is another really cool build, and this might actually be one of my favorites because I just love the little silhouette of this windmill every time I fly by. This is a really cool spot. And it doesn't quite end there because I mentioned that working on the train, or it's one of the two guys working on a train, and this is a little train station right here between two of the bases. And this is Ridge Station, a nice little train station where you can wait until the train arrives. I think there's actually been some decorating as well going on. Yeah, it looks really, really nice. Can't wait till we can actually start using this as well as a community. That's a good thing about a server with a few people on it, that you can actually have all these cool experiences. But yeah, this is a really cool place. Definitely stop by the Ridge Station and the Ridge Farm in the back there, because it's a really cool place. It's a really cool build to see for yourself. I mean, look at that. We even got advertising along the train tracks as well. We're not visiting that base today. We're actually coming down here alongside the river where a lot of the starter bases were built, of course, because it's Scorched Earth and people like that water. And we got a beautiful starter base here. Well, I say starter base. This is where he started, and this is what it ended up looking. It's a pretty big base, as you can see, but it's a really cool one. It's got like a little train track integrated to it as well. I think the plan is to actually connect this up with the main train line that we're working on right now. Oh no, I think he might have spotted me. But yeah, this is a really cool base build. Like, it looks really, really nice. I saw this grow over time when this was actually a starter base and he was working on this, and it's a really nice base. It's really well put together, well connected. I like the way it kind of just kept expanding. Like, every time there was a new little addition, it's all very well connected to each other. As you can see, one thing goes into the next thing, and it just feels like a proper little base, or little, yeah, I don't know even what to call it. Like, I think it's gonna be like some kind of like train maintenance now, of course, because he's moved on to the next base by now. But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff here, cool buildings, very well used of the frontier things. And yeah, as you can see, everything is just connected. You can just walk from one thing to the other. It's just a really cool base design. As you can see, with the recent expansion of the train tracks, we've kind of ran into his base. But, you know, it's going to be integrated with it. It's going to be integrated. But yeah, this place Looks really, really nice. I think it's a little bit empty because most of the tames have moved on to the next base. But yeah, Eastwood is a beautiful place, and I would definitely recommend the visit just because it's a cool spot to check out. I mean, look at this. This is a pretty impressive starter base. He was actually going to enter the starter base competition, but it kind of escalated a little bit too much to be able to qualify as like a small starter base, because this is definitely not small, if anything. And the next base that I want to take a look at is right over here alongside the canyon in the north, following the river with the bright blue water, with a lot of these waterfalls. And of course, this is a very popular spot. As you can see, there's a bunch of buildings around, interconnected even with this big bridge. But today, I'm going to check out this base here on this side over here. We got a stables over here with a bunch of tames to check out. Beautiful colors all, of course. Really like this multi-layer design and this shape, because it's a very unique shape. Like usually, of course, you quickly end up with like a box or something. But this one, as you can see, is way more unique. Kind of like a U shape, which is really nice to have for a change. And it looks really good as well, and plenty of room for some of the tames, because as you can see, this is another base where we have a lot of tames out, because breeding is of course a popular pastime for a lot of people. We got another little barn here. That's where it started before there needed to be a second stable. We got more creatures out here being bred up, all cool colors around, and then we got even more down here in the barn as well. Well, it's quite busy in here, as you can see. Lots of cool tames, lots of cool colors being made in there. And then yeah, we've got a couple of them out here as well, interconnected with the rest of the base. We got the main starter house that I featured in the starter build house competition that I did early on Scorched Earth. But yeah, just a really nice base over here. And then it actually continues over here on the other side. We got a little greenhouse hidden in these plants all around, and then we got a lovely little bridge over the bright blue water here. Some turtles chilling out as well, and a nice little gazebo here. This is a really nice and relaxing spot. We got the waterfall, we got all the greenery you could ever need. You would almost forget that you're playing on Scorched Earth whilst you're visiting here. You know, you can almost forget about it and feel like you're actually in some green nature. We're here in the desert, in the dunes, as you can see. Very close to where the Dragon Trench Wyvern Trench starts. And we've got a little pyramid base going on right here. Now, I don't know if I will be able to get in, but I'll try my best. And you can see there's a good use of some greenery to liven up the place, which you can definitely use if you're building in the desert itself. But it's also a pretty cool pyramid design. You've got all these different little walkways to connect to different places. Use of some modded structures with these hang bridges going from one of the corners to the other, connecting everything together in a nice way, which you know, makes it really easy to get around the base. And of course, a good pyramid build in Scorched Earth just feels right at home. Looks really, really nice indeed. But the real question, of course, is what does it look like on the inside? Well, turns out we don't really want to know what's on the inside, but that doesn't matter. It does look like a very, very cool base. And yeah, can't really hate on a pyramid on Scorched Earth. And there we go. We got another base right here, rebuilding some ruins, or at least on top of some ruins. We got the red obelisk right here, so it's right next to it. We got a nice little walkway up to the base. A hang bridge going somewhere or nowhere yet, but maybe that's just another connection that is still being worked on. We got a lot of cool tames out here. An army of rock golems. We got some really cool acros here. The blue one is amazing. And then I'm thinking this is a stable build. We got some like cool structures. It's like rebuilding the ruins into like a proper keep or castle almost. Yeah, these are some stables right here with some carts waiting to leave and travel around the world. We got some nice towers here with some griffin nests on top. It's a really good showcase actually from all the like modded creatures that we have and the modded structures that we have going on as well. A bunch of creatures around this base. And yeah, this has been working on rebuilding everything. Oh, I love these little showcases. They are very cool to show off some of your tames or chibis. We got a little saloon going on here as well. Look at this. It actually has interior. This is quite a nice place to hang out. Then we got this bigger building as well. Maybe we'll check out some of the insides of structures if we can. Ooh, oh, this is really cool. Using the ruin to build it into a little like storage place. This is really cozy. This is really good use of a ruin that was already here. Yeah, this might have been the start of it by the looks of it. Nice and crowded. And I think back here we might be able to get into these ruins. I'm not sure if this is decorated yet, but oh, there we go. Yeah, this is a nice little rebuild of these ruins as well. It's a difficult ruin to rebuild with all the different layers, of course, but I think it turned out pretty nice, especially if we're looking from the outside. Like, this is a pretty cool base. And of course, all the bases that I'm showing out today, you can actually come and visit yourself, because this is my community server that's free to join. So just hop over to my Discord and you'll find all the information on there. Well, you might not think of Vikings when you're thinking about the desert and the dunes out here on Scorched Earth, but this is a big Viking base in progress with a bunch of different buildings. As you can see, we've got main gate here already, and we got like interconnected structures with a lot of these hallways, cool towers in between, cool like almost a keep, almost like a part of a castle build right here on the corner, and then the wall continuing to another build, and then these are some stables being worked on as well. It's actually a pretty big base, all built by one person, quickly extending, and then we got a pretty big main building right over here as well, turning these desert lands into a Viking home. Who would have thought that? But it does look really cool. Like, most of these structures are all part of the dwarven structure set that was made for Svartalfheim, and that's just one of the best build sets to use. Like, it's really good, looks really nice, and it's really good if you want to build some of these bigger structures or the more castle-like structures, as I'm doing on Svartalfheim as well, of course. But yeah, this is a really cool work in progress, and I can't wait to see it continue to grow, because it's already pretty big. But I think there's even more plans to add to it. I'm assuming that there's going to be a whole perimeter being built eventually, just by the fact that there is already a gate. So it makes sense to close it off altogether. And then finally, here at the community hub, it's time to say goodbye. That was it for this server tour of my community server. I'll say it one more time. If you want to join the servers as well, join my Discord. You'll find all the information there, and we'll be happy to welcome you into our lovely little community. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.